All right, so for those of y'all that are interested, I'll just show you generally how to use the Revolve tool real quick, and I'll show y'all construction lines as well. I'm going to do a very basic one. So the Revolve tool, same thing as an extrusion, needs a closed shape or closed loop path to extrude. So let's just start with the rectangle right here. I'm just going to make it 2 by 0.5. It doesn't really matter. Finish sketch. All right, so the Revolve tool is right here next to extrude. So it needs two things. And much like the rest of this stuff, it'll tell you down here what you need. Select axis. But first, if you only have one shape you can extrude or revolve, the profile will already be selected. If there's more than one possibility, you have to select the profile first. So we have our profile selected. Next, as usual down here, we can look and tells us what to do next. We need to select axis. So that's where you want it to revolve around. That's your center of revolution. And let's watch the difference. If I select this as my axis, you see how that shape just went into a 3D cylinder with, let's look at it from the right side, with the bottom of that, with that line that I selected as the center of rotation. All right, I'm going to hit cancel and show you the opposite one. Let's say if I revolve this around this axis instead, you see now we have this type of cylindrical object, even though it looks more like a disc. And once again, where I selected is the point that it revolves around. All right. Let's go back into this sketch. I'll show you all just another difference right here. All right, so if I select revolve now, notice that it hasn't selected a profile for me yet. Let me go to the front view because I have to select the profile. So I want to revolve this. And once I've selected the profile, then we select axis and I want to revolve it around here. I hit OK. And now I've created a bit of a cutout in there. So the one last thing that I'm going to show y'all that's going to be helpful with this is the construction lines. So construction lines, like in the sketch, provide a framework for you to build stuff off of, but won't be affecting the final extrusions, revolutions, things like that. They're just a place to measure from and reference. Right up here, this little red looking angle turns construction line creation on and off. You have to actually turn it on, and from now on, each line you make is going to be a construction line. And then you have to go back and turn it off when you're finished. So I turn it on, and I'm going to make a construction line, say right here. All right? See, now we have this reference line. Notice that the construction line doesn't automatically turn off if I'm finished. To go back and turn it off before I can draw another line. If I meant for this to be a regular line, if I select it, you can then go and turn construction line back off, and it'll make it a regular line again, but let's just turn it back on as a construction line. So you can select lines and toggle them between construction line and not. So if I hit finish sketch, now watch what happens this time. If I revolve, I select my profile, first thing I need to do. Now I'll select the axis. And the reason I'm going to use the construction line is as an axis. And so what it's going to do is extrude everything from this construction line through the profile. So see how that left a hole in the center this time? So now we have a hole right in the middle. And that's a couple of different ways you can use the Revolve tool, use construction lines to help your geometry in the Revolve tool.